Good day, and thank you for attending another installment in the HORIBA webinar series. Today we're going to be talking about the portable gas analyzer, more commonly known as the PG-300 series. I'm Lance Sizek. I'm the Gulf Coast Regional Sales Manager, and together with Norio Kobayashi, we will be presenting some information on HORIBA today. Norio, myself, along with Garrett Lawson on the West Coast, and Mick Dolan-Mayer on the Midwest and East Coast. We're your sales team, and we're led by Frank DeThomas, who is our Vice President of the Process and Environmental Division. So before we get too far into our presentation today, I want to make sure that you're aware we are going to have another installment of the HORIBA webinar series. It's going to be on April 30th at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so same time we're running this one. As many of you know, the Enda is our flagship product and has been for many years. With the Enda 4000 coming up on end of life this coming December, we feel it's important that you are aware of some of the differences between the 4000 and the 7000, or even we have some Enda 1000s out there. So there's a lot of different things that we want to make sure you're aware of as we go through this transitional period. So if you have any further questions about that specifically, you can reach out to myself or to Norio or to any members of the team. We'll be happy to help you, but there will be details coming out on that in the next week or so. All right. So just a quick breakdown of what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk a bit about who is HORIBA. And if you've been on one of our webinar series in the past, if you've seen some of our webinar series in the past, I should say, this may be old hat for you. So we ask that you please bear with us. We want to make sure that all of our customers, new and old, are aware of where we came from. So we'll talk a bit about that. We'll talk a bit more about our Houston facility, which was actually the topic of our last webinar. And if you have any questions about that, then you can certainly reach out to us and we can extend you the link, which is on our YouTube page. Next, we'll talk about our products, and then I'll pass it over to Norio for him to get a little bit deeper into the technical side of the PG-300 and its capabilities. At the end, we'll have a question and answer session. If you could enter those in the chat box, they will be proctored. And if we don't get to your question, please feel free to reach out to myself or to Norio, or again, to any member of the team, and we'll be happy to provide the information that you might need. So, HORIBA was founded back in 1953 on the basis of the manufacture and sale of analysis and measurement technology. Since that time, we've grown to just a shade under 7,200 employees at 49 different locations across the globe. And in 2018, our revenue came out to $1.765 billion. So we're very proud of that. We work very hard to make sure that we take care of our customers in the best possible manner. The company as a whole is broken down into 5 different segments. There's the automotive test systems group, which is probably the largest division of HORIBA, and then there's process and environmental, which is our division. It's both the emissions monitoring and the water quality as well. Then we have the medical folks, who are quite busy these days, as are semiconductor and the scientific as well. So that's HORIBA, how HORIBA is broken out. All of those 49 different global locations include all 5 of these divisions. So more specifically, we talk about the Americas, and as you can see on this map, there are a number of different sites. The ones that we really want to focus on are the Process and Environmental Group in Irvine, California, as well as the Process Group that is down in Houston, down here where I am. Pasadena, more specifically, for some of you that don't know, it's the southeast part of Houston. So very close to all the plants, and just very convenient from that perspective. A bit about the Houston facility and the group that's down here. It was originally founded by Cameron Process back in 1985. It was purchased by HORIBA in 2012, and we opened this brand new fantastic building back in 2018. It is housed completely with 100% HORIBA employees, and those employees would include CAD designers, project managers, electricians, mechanical engineers, manufacturing engineers. We're in the process of scaling up right now of all of our products, with the exception of the PG-300, which is still built in Japan. all of our products will now be manufactured in the Houston office. So we're very proud to have manufacturing here in the United States and in Pasadena as well. A bit more detail here. Some of our capabilities as far as what we can do out of the Houston office. All of our analyzers and our analyzer shelter integration. As I had originally mentioned, we have done a webinar here recently, about 10 days ago, I want to say, on our system integration capabilities. And that's broken down a bit more. But again, we have that kind of capability to do racks, to do shelters. A bit more detail about the Houston office. Some of the capabilities, again, we can do sample system construction, we can do rack construction, there is HORIBA analyzer integration. And one thing that I don't think many people are aware of is that we can do non-HORIBA analyzer integration as well. So whether it's if you happen to have a GC, or if you happen to have a mass spec, or you have some other type of analyzer, we have the capability to integrate that into a shelter or to build a rack, or basically we can make it work. We have field service as well as embedded service contracts. We have some customers where we actually have our employees contracted out. They go to specific sites each and every day to relieve some of the stress of making sure that all the analyzers are up and running and are functional, that they're getting their preventative maintenance tests going, and that everything is kept online. We also have RADA testing services. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out to us, and we'll do our best to accommodate your needs. A quick touch on the products. Obviously, it's gas monitoring for us. So we have our process gas analyzers, whether that's a trace analyzer in the GA370, the ambient air monitor in the AP370, a different gas analyzer with a little broader capabilities would be the VA5000. It is a multi-gas analyzer. Obviously, the Enda 7000, which again, that'll be part of our webinar series on April 30th. And then finally, our topic today, the PG-300 portable gas analyzer. So that is the end of my portion of this presentation. So with that being said, I'd like to pass it over to Norio so that he can get technical with y'all. I again, appreciate your time. Hope that you find this intriguing, and take it away, Norio.
All right. Thank you, Lance. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Norio Kobayashi. I am a product specialist of HORIBA Products P&D Group. Today, I am so excited to show you the HORIBA Portable Gas Analyzer PG-300 series. Before I go over the slides, I would like to cover this really quick. When you imagine portable gas analyzer, probably you can imagine something like handy type, battery powered. HORIBA PG is not something like that. PG appearance is like picture on the right bottom. It's much bigger, and the difference between handy type and the PG is PG complies US EPA reference method. This is the only one analyzer follows US EPA requirement in this portable size. This fact made PG is very unique. Let me give you a quick outline of PG. It has touch panel display built in, nice rubber grip, and so you can take this guy to any sample tap points for the measurement. HORIBA PG can measure up to 5 parameters simultaneously. See the measurement display on the right, showing NO, SO2, CO, CO2, and O2. We use NDIR for CO, CO2, SO2, and methane, and chemiluminescence for NOx, and plus 3 types of O2 sensor is available. Especially by using paramagnetic O2 measurement, PG truly complies US EPA reference method. This is the only one unique portable gas analyzer, again, which complies US EPA reference method. HORIBA has patented cross-flow modulation technology. This gives PG high accuracy like conventional CEMS analyzer. Moreover, PG includes sampling system inside, such as cooler unit, pump, NOx converter, a filter, etc. It comes with excellent user interface as well. PG works with SD card so that you can log your data onto the PG on your device. Here are main contents that I'm going to cover today. First of all, like I mentioned, PG follows US EPA reference method, which means PG can be certified as a CEMS analyzer. Although PG is not designed for long-term use, but still work as your CEMS. 5 parameters with multiple ranges makes easier to be backup unit for the multiple CEMSs. The other thing I would like to highlight is this: the PG is a perfect tool for the validation device for your CEMS. PG contains sample conditioning unit inside the small body. Everything you need is already packed in one. You can take this with you anywhere in the plant for the measurement. Also, RATA is another application that PG works for. It has data logging function. PG logs the data for each measurement. Let's take a look again for the requirement from US EPA guideline. The chemiluminescence is widely used for the NOx measurement, which complies Method 7E requirement. HORIBA PG-300 performance of NDIR also complies Method 10 for CO, 6C for SO2, 3A for CO2. For O2, we pick a PMA to comply reference method 3A. As a temporary CEMS analyzer, as you may have experienced, sometimes you need to hold analyzer offline to maintain analyzer or repair it. In this case, your measurement needs to be stopped. What you don't like most in the plant is downtime. To make PG work as a temporary CEMS measurement, simply you need to do T-fitting to split the sample to feed in PG. Certification process is the same as a conventional CEMS analyzer. PG just needs 0.5 liter per minute flow. You may need overflow line if the sample flow is too high. Here I am showing basic specifications. As you can see, PG already set multiple measurement ranges. NOx covers from 25 ppm to 2500 ppm, which is pretty wide. CO is from 200, 500, 1000, 2000, 5000 ppm. O2 is 5%, 15%, 25%. So basically the PG can cover most of the CEMS application. Here is another application validation device for your CEMS. When you have issue with your CEMS analyzer, you may need to investigate what happened to your analyzer. This troubleshooting often requires third-party investigation, such as stack emissions testers, or analyzer manufacturer service crew, or maybe spare unit. Most of those cases cost money, probably plus few $1,000s each time for the investigation. Moreover, it is really time consuming because the trouble may be from sample gas, or it could be from a sample gas conditioning system or analyzer itself. You need to identify where the problem comes from. With PG, you can hook up the sample line at any of the places since PG contains sample conditioning inside. I will touch the sample conditioning detail later. So basically you can feed the cal gas through your sample conditioning system and feed both analyzer to see the response. This can help to narrow down the problem. Many of customer loves PG because of this validation purpose, and the PG saved tons of time and money. That's the general feedback from customer. Let me explain about functionality of the PG. PG has big color touch bar display. The slide is showing main display, can show 5 parameters measurement value. On the right side, measurement ranges you set. Go to the icon below. There are menu icon, screenshot icon, alarm event icon. On the right side, there is guide icon. It is designed very well, easy to see what is going on. I would like to show you about the actual operations. The picture on the left is showing how to change the ranges. It is pretty easy, right? You tap the range on the right side and select the range from the range selections. For the calibrations, you can go to menu and go to cal mode. You can set actual calibration concentrations. With the SD card, you can log the data. For the data logging, from the menu and go to data logging, set the data interval. It could be one data per second, 2 seconds, or 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or 1 minute or more. You can assign the folder for the logging data so you will not mess up even you have multiple stacks you want to measure. Data will saved into the SD card as a CSV file, which can be opened by Windows computer or Mac computer. Of course, PG has 4 to 20 mA analog outputs or Ethernet communications. We have software for the Ethernet communication as needed, so just feel free if you're interested in those another software device. Regarding operation manuals, allow these functions. When you go to the guide icon, you can get the manual. This shows the proper manual according to what mode you are. If you are in the calibration mode, then the guide icon gives you the tips, information about calibration. We do not want you to get lost on your way. For the maintenance, PG will tell you the right time for the replacement. For example, this shows pump 2900. This means pump can be used up to 2900 hours. On the right side, it shows 259 hours. This means you have used the pump for 259 hours already. When it reaches to 2900 hours, then PG tells you, hey, it's time to replace. So this smart function will, keep the analyzer running properly and keep giving you the right data. When you have something wrong, you can go to alarm icon. This then PG will tell you what is going on, what is the cause, and the temporary action PG suggests. Overall, pretty small and user-friendly. Here is the flow schematics. Message from me is the PG includes all of the sampling system, which includes the mist catcher, fine dust filter, scrubber, NOx converter, electrical thermocooler, pump, flow sensor, ozone generator, deozonator, and the 5-parameter analyzer modules inside. You can even expand PG's capability by using external additional sampling options. PG-300 on the left side is more powerful pump in the cooler, so with this unit PG can handle rich moisture content gas, and the powerful pump allows to pull sample from 150 feet away. Drain separator or drain pot helps knock the moisture off before sample condition. Those preconditions will help electrical cooler works a longer lifetime. We have also probes right there, fixed type probe and the hand carry type probe. The fixed type probe is heated type, and nozzle length is 3.2 foot, and it can deal with the temperature up to 248 degree F. The other thing on the right side is showing hand carry type probe. This is non-heated type, so it's used for the temporary measurement real quick. Probe length is 3.9 inch, and it can deal with the temperature up to 122 degree F. Just keep in mind we have the durable carrying case as well, so you can pack the consumables, some sample lines, I/O cables, and the manuals can be packed with a PG. Also, the carrying case will protect PG itself. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a lot of idea what the PG can do, and I hope the PG will work for your validation device or backup your CEMS unit. So please give us contact through the chat box